little pump for our new guest.
That's all right. All right. Wait till they hear who we got for them, Josh.
Who we got?
It's not Beyonce.
Oh, true, true. She just had the twins. He just dropped the album.
So we called up Sociedad Latina. They're here to showcase some of their art. We got some talented Boston youth to perform for us.
Oh, cool. Sociedad Latina has been creating confident Latino leaders who are proud of their culture since 1968. I'm sure they got a great performance for us today. So everybody, let's get our hands and let's give it up for Sociedad Latina!
All right, Sociedad Latina!
Is this working? All right, good. How you guys doing? I didn't hear you. How you guys doing? All right, so before we start, I just want to say, can we all take a quick selfie real quick? Is that okay? Yeah? So everybody get ready, say cheese. Yeah, all right, thank you. All right, so we are Sociedad Latina, and we are a youth development organization in the Roxbury community, and we are the music program, the music clubhouse, and what we focus on is music composition, lyric writing, we work on ear training, music theory, and we have the honor to perform at gigs such as this, so it's an honor for us to be here, so thank you for having us here. I also like to mention, if we have any musicians, vocalists, pianists, anybody who got music, flavor, passion in them, right? We have a music program during the school year. It's paid and it's fun. So you guys can stop by the building, 1530 Tremont Street. It's up the street from Roxbury Crossing. You guys can stop by, say hello, pick up an application. So, without a further ado, we'll just get into the performance. So hope you guys enjoy. Where you at? focused, stay in school, stay healthy, stay out of trouble.
Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, Sociedad Latina. Man, we got some talent in Boston.
That was so good.
Give it up one more time for Sociedad Latina. She was singing up there, Maya. She was singing up there.
She really was. You saw those dance moves too? She was getting it down to me. Y'all were just sitting there. Come on, that was great.
Where we find her?
Right? Well, actually, you can find her right there where y'all got processed. They're right over on Tremont Street. So, like she said, drop by for an application.
It's a SuccessLink Youth. Y'all are getting paid for free lunch, free workshops, and a free concert. I mean, y'all got something going on right here today.
Right? A free concert? That was crazy.
How y'all feeling?
Anything?
How y'all feeling now?
Come on, Charles. Okay, okay. Some people got it.
Okay, so Maya, tell them who you are, Maya. I'm here.
All right. My name is Maya. I go to, hello. I live in Allston. Anyone out here from Allston, Brighton? All right, I got my 5 other people. All right, I live in Allston. I go to Suffolk University. I'm about to graduate next year. Yes, clap! Yes, college is hard. I deserve at least an applause. All right, so since I'll be graduating next year, me and Josh are about to graduate. So under all y'all see, you got a resume from us. We're trying to get salaries straight out of college. So like, be looking for us. You'll see our names. Right, Joshua?
That's right, that's right. I'm trying to get this money. So when I graduate next year, I'm gonna need y'all to contact your bosses, anybody you know who can give you a nice job. Alright, so anyway, my name is Josh, as you all heard. I'm from JP, Jamaica Plain High Park. Who's Jamaica Plain High Park in the house? Alright, I go to UMass Dartmouth. I'm studying business there. Anybody going to UMass Dartmouth? Anybody know anybody going to UMass Dartmouth? UMass Dartmouth is pretty cool.
Look Josh up. You can talk to Josh.
So I began SuccessLink 5 years ago, like some of you. And I know I look like I'm the same age as some of you because I don't have my face from here.
That baby face.
Don't give me a hard time about it, right? Anyway, now I started as a library aide, and now I'm a veteran for BCYF as an employment team member.
He's got that glow up.
Let's the shoulders off.
All right, so we're gonna get this program started. We're trying to raise this energy level. Y'all are still asleep, aren't you?
I know y'all asleep, y'all had the free concert. I'm about to get some
right, if you were hype after that concert, I don't know.
Okay, so where my 15-year-olds at?
We got 15-year-olds. All right, make some noise.
15-year-olds?
15-year-olds out here trying to get their money.
He's ready in the back right there.
There you go.
15-year-olds out here.
All right, now let me hear 16-year-olds. All right. 16-year-olds right there.
Where the 17-year-olds at?
Oh.
17-year-olds in the house.
Oh, that 18?
Come on, my 18-year-olds. 18-year-olds are like, we grown. We 18, we grown.
Okay, but y'all better be registered to vote though. Now we know where you're sitting. All right, now where my 13-year-olds at? All right, y'all can't work for this program, so that's good. That was a test. All right, I know y'all were repping your neighborhood, so let me get a little bit more noise for Allston Brighton. Allston Brighton, a little bit louder. I know there are at least 5 of us.
I don't know if it's kind of slow for Allston and Brighton right now. Where's Dorchester at? Oh, I knew Dorchester was in the house. Where's Roxbury at?
Roxbury!
Where's Southie at? Uh-oh. Oh, Southie's right there. He's representing.
All right, East Boston. Who's here from East Boston?
Where's Eastie at?
All right, we got one guy back there, 2 guys back there.
Is South End in the house? Where's the South End people?
All right, one person. We got one person.
She
We
said
got
South
2
End
people.
record.
2 people. All right, we got Mattapan.
Where's Mattapan at?
Where's Mattapan? All right, now that we know who is here, we gotta get ready. Y'all already started things off right. You grabbed the wheel already by signing up for SuccessLink, getting hired, coming out here, setting everything straight to get your money. So let's hear it for y'all.
Like
Come on,
Maya
let's
said,
hear it. I'm trying to get you to clap.
Like Maya said, the theme of our Enrichment Day this year is to hashtag what? Grab the wheel. So we're gonna have everybody grab the wheel this year in this Youth Enrichment Day for the remainder of this summer.
All right, we're trying to get you guys to get hyped about your money, but it seems like we're the only people excited that you're getting money this summer, so that's fine.
That's fine, that's fine. We're gonna grab the wheel, we're gonna anyway, so should we do it?
All right, Mayor Walsh, the Office of Health and Human Services and BCYF are doing everything they can to throw every good opportunity your way this summer.
That's right. So now I have the honor of introducing his son of Boston, the Chief of Health and Human Services, Felix Arroyo. Give it up for Felix Arroyo. Like many of us, the Chief Arroyo grew up in Boston, Villa Victoria, and Hyde Park. Hyde Park's where I'm from. He attended Boston Public Schools and obtained his bachelor's from UMass Boston. Before becoming the Chief of HHS, he was the second Latino city councilor in the history of Boston. Serving at large now, he works every day with Mayor Walsh and the HHS cabinet to make sure that the youth like us have opportunities to support and to succeed. Welcome to the stage, Chief Felix Arroyo.
Yeah!
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. So how many of you here for the first time? This is your first YD day. Let me see your hands. How many have been here twice already? Anyone here been here 3 times? No one's been here 3 times? There we go. How about 4 times? Anybody been here 4 times? You've been here 4 times? Are you the only one? Welcome back. One, I want to congratulate all of you. One, for having made it here today. Two, for what I know will be a productive day, because I know you're going to be a part of it. I know you're going to pay attention, and you're going to take everything you can out of this day. And three, for having gotten a summer job. For how many of you is this your first year working? Is this your first summer job? Raise your hand. For how many of you is this your second year? Any 3 years? How about 4 years? I only got like 4 of you for 4 years? So let me tell you about my first summer job. I was 14 years old. I'm not sure you heard the introduction, but where my family started their life was in Villa Victoria. Anybody here know where Villa Victoria is? Where the villa is? That's where my parents first lived. Then we moved to Hyde Park. Anybody here from Hyde Park? So I was this little kid going to the public schools, living in Hyde Park, and somehow ended up with this summer job. My first summer job was to work on a farm in the suburbs. That was literally my first summer job. Until then, I had no clue that food didn't come from the grocery store. What I do for work every day, I was on my hands and knees, getting dirty, pulling out vegetables from this farm. Trust me, most of you will have more fun jobs. But there's something I want to tell you now that I wish I knew then. At that point, I was 14 years old. And I've had a pretty blessed life. I got to do some real special things. However, there's one thing that I wish I knew then. I wish I knew that every day I made a choice. Had I known that every day I was making a choice, some of those years in my life would have been a lot easier. Some of the hardships I went through, I wouldn't have made. Let me tell you what I mean by that. How many of you know what a New Year's resolution is? Anybody want to yell at me, what's a New Year's resolution? What is it? Just stand up. Somebody who's bold, stand up and tell me what it is. Go ahead, what's a New Year's resolution? Huh? A goal I set up for the whole year, right? So let me tell you what I do. Every year, I have the same New Year's resolution. The same one. Anybody want to guess what it is? Who said it? To lose weight. You had it? I'm telling you, every December 31st, well, actually every January 1st, right at midnight, I look at all my friends and family that are around me. I'm really lucky, so I'm usually spending New Year's in Puerto Rico, which is where I'm from. And I go, I'm gonna lose weight this year. I'm real serious about it too. Does anybody want to guess what happens on January 1st when I wake up? Anybody here Latino? So I know you know about this. So on New Year's Day, you wake up on the 1st, right? But your grandmother's not really up at midnight because your grandmother's not up at midnight. So you're visiting your abuelita the next day. So I visit my abuela, and what does abuela do the minute I walk in the door? She feeds you. But for Puerto Ricans, when we get around New Year's, is this thing we call pernil. Look at that. See that? Everyone look at a Latino near you. If you don't know what pernil is, take a look at the smile on their face, and you're going to realize it's really good. It's basically just pork shoulder. You think you can lose weight by eating pernil? Anybody here think that you could possibly lose weight if you eat pernil? Pernil is usually served with what we call tostones. Tostones is fried plantain. Can you lose weight by eating anything fried? All right, so what's the moral of the story here? I never lose weight any year. Why is it? Because I was real serious on December 31st about losing weight. And I made that choice that day. But on January 1st, when I went to my abuela's house, I didn't make that choice. Choices aren't made annually. Whatever you want in your life, whatever you want for yourself, for your family, take a look at a kid, Puerto Rican kid from Hyde Park who went to the Boston Public Schools, just like most of you. who now gets to say that I sit on the cabinet for the mayor of the city of Boston. How do you get there? How do you fight through all the obstacles, many of which, as women and people of color, we did not even create ourselves, yet we still have to confront them? How do you fight through those? How does it happen? How do you go from sitting where you are right now to living your dream? It's by making a choice every single day. It's by waking up on Monday and saying, this is what today is going to look like. It's by waking up on Tuesday and doing it again. It's waking up on Wednesday and doing it again. It's a daily choice. If I made the choice every day to lose weight, I promise you I would lose weight. Clearly, I'm not that serious about it. But I need everyone here to know that we believe in you. I would do everything in my power to make sure that I'm not the last Latino to ever serve on the city council when I was elected. But as of right now, I am the last Latino to ever serve on the city council. Maybe the next one's in here. Maybe I'm looking at a doctor. Maybe I'm looking at the next teacher. Maybe I'm looking at the next mayor of Boston. But I'll tell you what won't happen. You won't get there if you make that choice every day. What's the best part about making a daily choice? Easily the best part of it. What happens if you mess up on Tuesday? What can you do on Wednesday? You can make another choice. And I hope if you take nothing from this, take that. In the end, your parents can't make that choice for you. The lucky ones in this room have mothers that are there by their side right now, who love them. Family members, friends, but they can't make those choices for you. You have to make that choice every day. I'll make you one promise. I can't promise that all your dreams will become real. I had a dream of playing for the Boston Red Sox. It never happened. That was a real dream. Don't laugh at my dreams. I won't laugh at yours. But I will tell you that if you don't make that choice daily, if you don't, those dreams will never happen. It really is up to you. It really is something that you control. I know there are things in your life, in many of your lives, that you don't control right now, that are getting in your way. Make the choice of how you're going to tackle that obstacle. Make the choice about how you're going to fight it. And then fight it. Deal? And when you do, those of you who want to go to college will find yourself in college. Those of you who want to follow a certain profession will find yourself in that profession. Otherwise, you might not. I grew up with a lot of other Latinos and black friends and kids from the hood in my neighborhood. Some of them are doing great, some of them are not. It's not because they were bad people. Many of them I still love them today. But they weren't making the right choices. Does that make sense? You got me? All right, well, with that, I want to introduce to you a man who did make the right choices. Much like many of you, he had many different options in his life, and he chose the right ones. Someone who I've gotten to introduce before, a leader right here at Boston University, right here on this campus, one of the premier universities, not just in this city, one of the premier universities in this country. A university that's opened its door to us, and frankly, he'll tell you himself, a university that I hope some of you decide that you want to come here. And so it's with all due respect, and that I hope that you'll join me in receiving someone who's become a good friend of YE of YEE Day, and that's Kenneth Elmore, who's the Associate Provost and Dean of Students here at Boston University.
Well, good morning. I said good morning. Fantastic. So, welcome to Boston University. That's my job, is to welcome you here. But let me just give you a couple of other things. I love seeing you all. This is beautiful because you are my people. My first job was in Brooklyn, New York, and it was through a program exactly like this, except that I think that your program is a lot more organized than mine was. But I got a chance to do something pretty wonderful. I got to think a little bit about work, and particularly in my neighborhood. I also worked in a garden, but I worked in a garden right in the middle of Brooklyn. We were able to tear down a broken parking lot and put a garden into that space. And what happened too when I went to work was I got a chance to try things that I had never thought about. My world got a little larger for me. Here's how it got larger for me. On this weird tip, I worked for a group of 5%ers and Rastafarians who taught me how to do things like garden. They taught me how to do things like meditate. They understood that I needed to think about the world a little bit, and what they did was they engaged me in the world far more than I would have ever thought. They made me look at the news in different ways. They talked about politics, and they always said to me, Ken, you can go on and do whatever it is that you want to do. Now, I didn't listen to the Rastafarians right away. I didn't listen to those 5%ers right away, and I ended up doing a whole lot of other things. I had a lot of other jobs. I was a janitor, I cleaned up a little bit. I picked fruit a few summers as well. And I also worked on a loading dock for a long time. And one of the things that these things taught me was that I had a set of skills and a way that I thought about the world, that maybe college was going to be one of those things that was going to be useful for me. One of the other things that I had to deal with was violence in my life, and part of the reason why I worked so much, part of the reason why I decided it was important for me to leave my home in Brooklyn, New York, and go to college was because I also had to escape violence in my life. It was a pretty important thing for me and for my family that I was able to do that. So one of the things I would love to do is to encourage you to think about this. You may not all want to do this, but college is something that I hope you find important for you. I want you to think about what college is. College is this wonderful thing where they make a contract with you, where they say you get to think, and you get to read, and you get to do these sorts of things that are important in your life. You get to figure out what you're interested in and what you're good at, and someone will cook for you, someone will clean up after you, someone will engage you in discussion that you've never thought about before. And then at the end, maybe what you'll do is you'll go on and really be able to do exactly what it is that you want to do. I hope that you'll think about that, whether it be for a year or 2 or 4, or in some of your cases, maybe over time, more than that. But college is one of those things that I hope that you will think about while you're here. This other thing too that I want you to think about, when you are on a college campus right now, and I hope that you're not a stranger here, you should feel like you can always walk through here. You should feel like you can imagine yourself in a place like a university or a college. I hope that what you'll do is come and sit on our benches. I hope that you'll come and talk to the students who are here. I hope that what you'll do is to come and see what might happen here. And maybe you can get in a program or even have a job where you could actually work or be a part of one of these kinds of places. So with that, I hope that you'll give some real good thought to it overall, and think about how your work experience can lead you to that experience much further in your life, maybe to college, maybe to some more thinking and some advanced degree. We're all going to need that in order to be able to do what it is that we want to do. Finally, before I go, I hope that you'll give some consideration to the work that goes into making sure that you are in here today, making sure that you have these jobs, making sure that you have the opportunities that you have, and it's up for you to go out and fulfill them right now. I hope that you'll stop for a moment with me and do me a favor, if you could please. If you can just give me a moment right now. Let's recognize a few people who put in some serious work for us to be here today. We take for granted the people who've set these chairs and who'll clean up after us. We take for granted the people who put these lights on to make sure that this stuff looks good for us. We take for granted the people who make sure that these boards and everything else looks wonderful for us, and the sound and everything else that goes into it. Please give those folks a round of applause. Please also give, we take for granted the notion that there are some people who have sifted through thousands of applications, that there are people who have dedicated their lives to making sure that you are able to be here and to go out and work. Some of these folks have volunteered their entire lives to do this kind of work. Some of these folks have made incredible sacrifices for us to be in this room together today. They are your volunteers, your coaches, your mentors. They are folks who will have you thinking about how you will work, and they work as well. You see them wearing these shirts, and you see them in real visible leadership roles. Please give these folks a round of applause for their work as well. So Chief Arroyo told you that this could be about possibilities, your work experience here. And I certainly am pleased that you've thought about coming to Boston University and starting your work life with us here today. Good luck to you, and welcome, and enjoy, and have an incredible set of experiences. All the best to you. Be well.
Let's give another round of applause for our Be Youth
moment you've all been waiting for, our keynote speaker, the man, the myth, the legend, Marty Walsh. That's our mayor, come on! All right. Let me tell you a little something interesting about my boss. 7 ways that are outstanding that Mayor Walsh grabbed the wheel and steered Boston in the right direction this summer.
Yes, Mike. He declared Boston a sanctuary city and lent aid and support to lawyers working tirelessly to help immigrant families.
Yes, he did. He also designed the neighborhood trauma teams to meet the needs of residents following traumatic events that, for residents who've been impacted by violence and trauma.
Not to mention he added 60,000 jobs and cut unemployment to 2.4%. We're bringing opportunity to the entire city of Boston.
Yes. All right, now Mayor Marty Walsh has pushed for more summer learning opportunities in Boston and is working to make them affordable for families. The success is remarkable, and enrollment in summer programs has grown from 6,500 youths to 12,000 youths since 2015.
That's right, he's working every day to make Boston healthy, thriving, and innovative. Please join us in welcoming Mayor Marty Walsh. How you doing, Mr. Mayor?
Y'all know we get a selfie, right?
We're gonna take a selfie.
You can't just see the mayor without taking a selfie.
Get in there. All right.
Okay, now we're gonna get one of you guys in it. Come on. Let's go, you wanna be in this picture? Come on.
Let's get in this selfie. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Give it up for Mayor Marty Walsh, everybody.
Give it up.
Thank you, Joshua. I want to thank the 5 people that clapped for me. Thank you very much. My 5 fans, I love it. Thank you. Let me just start by thanking Joshua and Maya. How about a nice round of applause? It's hard to get up here and MC in front of all you guys. I also want to thank Boston University, Dean Elmo. How about a nice round of applause for Dean Elmo? Thank you, Dean, for your great work. Chief Arroyo, Felix Arroyo came up here earlier. Thank you, Chief. Will Morales is going to come up in a few minutes and talk a little bit about what he's doing in his life. There's a whole bunch of people I want to thank. This year's theme is Grab the Wheel. Do you know what that is? Grab the wheel. Seize the opportunity. That's this year's theme for work. I'm not up here to lecture you. When Dean Elmo was being introduced, Felix Arroyo said, a man who made no mistakes and did great things in his life. And I looked at Will Morales, and Will Morales looked at me and said, well, that's not us, because we made some mistakes in our life. I want to, first of all, how many people in this room that are going to be seniors next year? Incoming seniors. Incoming juniors. Sophomores. Any freshmen? One freshman. Anybody going to college next year? This row right here, no one here raise your hand, so you're not in school anymore, you just quit? All right, there we go, you're in school. Seize the opportunity. When I was in high school, I worked a summer job, like you guys. I liked making money, it was a lot of fun. I hated school. I didn't like going to high school, I didn't like doing homework. I didn't like it, but I went because I knew that I needed a high school degree to do anything in my life. I wanted to be in politics. My dream was to be in politics. And I wasn't really sure. I knew I wanted to get there, but I wasn't sure how to do the work to get there. When I graduated high school, I didn't get into Suffolk University. I didn't get into Boston University. I didn't get into Boston College. I didn't get into a lot of schools that I wanted to go to, so what I had to do was I had to go to a junior college because my grades were so bad. And I went to a school called Quincy Junior College. And when I went there, that year, my year I was there, I realized I could actually do the work. Now, I wanted to be in politics. Remember this now. My seizing the opportunity, seizing the moment was politics. I went to college, I did well. I got into Suffolk University, I dropped out. Because I went to work construction. And when I was out working construction, and I was doing things, I would listen to people come and speak to us as teenagers, and then say, don't drink because you're going to become an alcoholic, and don't do drugs because drugs are bad for you, and all this stuff. And I'd be listening, I'd be sitting there going, yeah, it's not me, I'm not going to do that. And what happened was, as I got into my late teens, early 20s, what I did was I started drinking a lot, and I developed an alcohol problem. And what happened for me is that I thought I was having fun, because I was, but I was also going down a road in my life that was taking me away from what my dream was going to be. I ended up in a detox. Anyone know what a detox is? A detox is a place you go when you're an alcoholic or drug addict. A detox is a place to go. It's not jail, but when you walk in, you have to hand your bag in because they check your bag to make sure there's nothing in there. And they basically strip you down to make sure that you're not sneaking any drugs or alcohol in. And when you go there, the night I was there, the first night I was there, I was sitting there and they give you pajamas and they give you flip-flops. And I'm thinking to myself, what am I doing here? Because I'm 20-something years old. I wanted to go to college and get a degree. I wanted to be in politics, and I wasn't doing anything. I was sitting in the detox, and I realized that that was not what I wanted to do in my life. That was not my game plan. My game plan was a lot better than this. When I got out of there, and as the time went on, I got sober, my life started to fall in place. I had a chance to run for office, to run for state representative and get elected. I had a chance to go back to college and get my degree at night school at Boston College. As a state representative, I had a chance. My first big vote was a death penalty. Anyone know what the death penalty vote is? In Massachusetts, it was to reinstate the death penalty or not to reinstate the death penalty. And I voted against the death penalty, and it was a tie vote, so it got defeated then. And I had a chance to vote on marriage equality to support people who were gay, who want to get married, allow them that opportunity. I had a chance to support them on that. And I had a chance to support programs for immigrants, like in-state tuition. Anybody here is an immigrant? And I had an opportunity to support a whole summer job program. All of those different programs because I was able to turn my life around and understand that I made some real bad decisions when I was younger, but I was able to turn those decisions around. In 2013, I had the chance to run for mayor of Allston. And I got elected mayor of Allston. My dream job. Now the reason why I say all this to you, and I know some of you are listening to me, and some of you aren't listening to me, and some of you are saying, what do you say? And the other one saying, I don't want to hear it. Everyone in this auditorium, deep inside of you, should have a dream to do something in life. I don't care what that dream is. I don't care if that dream is playing for the Boston Red Sox, as Felix said. I don't care if that dream is becoming a Boston police officer like my friend George Diaz over there. I don't care if that dream is becoming mayor of the city of Boston, president of the United States of America like Barack Obama, or anything you have an opportunity, a doctor, a lawyer, pursue your dream. You're all from Boston, you're tough. You are the future. The young people in front of me are the future. So I want to thank you for the opportunity to come here and say a few words to you today. That was an election, that was my story. Your story is going to be your own story. You're going to make your own path in life. Just make sure as you do your own story, make sure at the end of the day, at the end of your story, it's a happy ending. That's what you want out of life. Make sure a real good happy ending. So first of all, thank you for the opportunity to say a few words. Grab the wheel. Now, I'm going to ask a few young people to come up here with me because I'm going to talk about, we did a thing with the Mayor's Youth Council, and what we do is we give them $1 million and they spend it. We're going to bring them on up here today. I want Charles to come up here. I want Maya, I want Stephen, Virgiline, and I only show never mind. I'm gonna stop mentioning people. Vickiana and Maya here. Okay, so these guys, and a whole how many kids all? How many people voted?
Over like 40.
So some of these guys voted, right?
Yeah.
All right, some of you voted for a whole bunch of things to spend $1 million, right? $1 million on the city budget, taxpayers' money. You're gonna be paying taxes this summer, so thank you. All right, so should I read off the winners? Huh? Should I read off the winners?
Yes.
While you guys do selfies?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right, Project 1. Am I doing it or should I do this?
No, you can do it.
All right.
Yeah,
you sure?
Let,
you want
let
to
the
do it?
ladies do it.
Want to read this? All right, hold on. We'll let these guys announce the winners. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth. And I'm going to take a selfie over here.
So the first place winner was the Get Hired truck. So basically that's a truck that helps young people search for jobs and build resumes to get hired. The second project that won was Informative Homeless Resources, which is a digital billboard displaying resources / job opportunities available for homeless youth.
Clap it up, come on! Oh, no, you.
The third project is Performing in Visual Arts Studio. Which is a space to come together and create art. The fourth project was a Future Media Center, which is a space that will provide the latest technology to all students. And the fifth project that we're funding is the Youth Retail Space, which is a mobile retail space for youth entrepreneurs.
There we go.
Nice job. All right, I'm done talking now, so I'm gonna just ask you one favor. There's like 3 guys sleeping in the middle back there. Let's like make real, let's fake it like we're really excited about something here, right? On 3. Ready? And we're gonna do a selfie at the same time. You gotta get up, you gotta make some noise here, because you're working summer jobs, we're working on 1, 2, 3, let's go! Yes! You just woke them up. Thank you.
Can you hype it up one more time for the video?
All right, we're gonna do a video. You're gonna hype it up, we're gonna fake it. Let's go, hype it up one more time. Pretend like you're excited. Let's go. Come on. This is mama. Let's go. Come on, get up, get up. Get up.
Thank you.
All right. I'm bringing it up. I think I'm done. You guys are really excited to be in front of tonight. Thank you very much. Inspirational. Who's coming up here now? I think I need our MCs back here. Joshua Maya, I need some help up here. I'm feeling bad.
We're coming up.
I gotta go. I think I broke it.
Oh, it's okay.
I don't know if you all know, but there are over 1,000 of you sitting in this audience. And that's because of Mayor Walsh's support to add over 3,000 summer jobs this summer. 3,000! So let's give it up for Mr. Mayor Marty Walsh again.
Thank this man for your money. He's the one who made it so you can all get paid. Go. Yeah.
So we have some special announcements for you all for the summer, including our summer meals program. Free meals will be available in over 100 locations in Boston, thanks to the Boston Public Schools summer meal program. Sites include Lawn on the Lunch at the City Hall Plaza, and if you are going to be close to City Hall during lunch, stop by and enjoy a free meal.
Free food. Free food.
And the picnic tables and lawn activities at City Hall. Summer meal sites will enable young people 18 and under to access free nutritious lunch at no cost to them.
Free food.
For more information, text 877-877, text meal.
All right. So we're also going to have some HHS block parties this summer.
Party?
That's Health and Human Services. They'll be hosting some block parties in Charlestown, South End, Mattapan, South Boston, Rosendale, and East Boston for all ages. Come and enjoy free food, games, music, resources, and more.
Hey, we in there. Who's going to the block party?
Come on, who's gonna be there? We said free food, who's gonna be there? Come on.
Also to remember, at the end of the day, for you all to get this money, for you all to sign out and check out, we mentioned earlier that in order to get paid today, you have to what?
Sign out.
Sign out, that's right. So have sign out, don't forget to sign out before you head out to make sure you cash out.
Yes. All right, and don't forget we got our hashtags right here. Hashtag grab the wheel, hashtag YED17. So you can see our selfies with the mayor if you look at that hashtag. All right, Joshua, let's tell them a little bit about grab the wheel. All right.
What? What are you doing behind here?
I am driving my car and grabbing my wheel.
Wait, do that again?
I am taking hold of my life. What are you doing, Joshua?
Oh, let me drive then.
No, you can't drive my car.
What you mean?
You cannot drive my car.
Where's my car at?
Well, your car is your life. You gotta take control of your life. My car is me. Grabbing the wheel means I'm taking hold of my chances, opportunities in life, and I'm steering my life in the right direction.
Also, something like this? We driving right now?
A little bit like that?
Yeah, a little something like this?
A little bit like that.
Right.
All right, now we're gonna try to see how you guys are grabbing the wheel and making sure to steer your life in the right direction. Rashad, you got any volunteers back here to come and tell us how they are grabbing the wheel in their life? You got one volunteer? All right, give it up for our volunteer.
Right, come on up, man, come on up.
What's up? All right. All right, so you're gonna grab hold of this wheel for us. You come right over here so the people can see.
So how you doing, man? What's your name?
What's your name?
My name's Eddie Brown.
All right, Eddie.
Any Hyde Parkers in here?
Hyde Park?
I park in the house?
No support. Hyde Park. I just graduated high school and I'm going to be grabbing the wheel this summer. I'll be working at the Boston NAACP.
NAACP?
I've been really interested in government like my whole life, so that's how I'm grabbing the wheel to make connections and network this summer.
All right, Eddie, thank you. Give it up for Eddie. Give it up for Eddie grabbing the wheel, guys.
Thank you. Eddie's out here making connections, working for the NAACP, doing important things for our community.
All right, Rashad, we got one more out there grabbing the wheel over there.
You got sisters for us. Bring those up.
Let's give a round of applause for two sisters over here.
All right. Are y'all twins? All right, we got two twin
We got
sisters up in
twins.
here.
We got some twin sisters,
Adorable.
guys.
All right, luckily we got two.
How y'all doing? Now, what's your name?
I'm Rajna. Ashanti.
Ajane and Ashanti. Get up for Ajane and Ashanti, guys.
All right, all right.
I'm 15.
They're twins, obviously. They're both 15, Josh.
So where will you all be working this summer?
Mildred Ave.
You'll be working at the Mildred Ave, right? And is this your first year working through SuccessLink?
Yeah.
Okay.
Responding in unison to everything.
So how do you all plan to grab the wheel this summer?
Working with younger kids to help improve like social skills.
And prepare for college. And prepare for college! Okay, we got two
That's
college
great.
aspiring sisters up here.
Thank you all. Thank you all for grabbing the wheel today.
All right, thank you. And I know
Thank you,
I saw
Ajane and
some
Ashley.
hands up front. Who's trying to come?
Give it up for Ajane and Ashley.
We got two more coming up. Ajane, thank you.
We have two more volunteers.
Oh, one of them's dragging her.
And she has her I Get Connected shirt on.
You see her grabbing the wheel though? Forcing her friend up here. All right, Josh, you go first.
Okay. And your name is? Okay, Naisha. And what neighborhood do you live in, and how are you going to grab the wheel this summer? Where will you be working?
I'm going to work at the Charlestown Boys and Girls Club. I live in the South End.
Say what you should.
I'll be grabbing the wheel by making better connections and networking and improving my patience skills.
All right, she's gonna be improving on her patience. That will help all of us. Helping us out this summer by grabbing the wheel. All right, who do we have? Who do we have right here?
My name's Kiana Richardson.
All right, you guys gonna give a round of applause for them up here? Come on. Hype her up. We got her. All right, how old are you?
I'm 17.
You're 17 years old. of y'all. That's most of y'all. All right, where are you working this summer?
The Tobin Community Center.
Okay, the Tobin. Who else here is from the Tobin? All right, we work at the Tobin too, so here you go. All right, how are you grabbing the wheel this summer?
So I plan on attending Clark Atlanta when I graduate next year, and I want to do a double major in sociology and psychology.
Okay, girl.
So I'm going to try to grab as many resources as I can to lead me on that path for my future.
Okay, you heard her. All right, thank you both.
Thank you so much, Nadia. Thank you so much.
All right, who wants to come up here really badly? I guess you can come on up.
You ready to grab the wheel, man?
You ready?
You ready? What's your name?
My name is Jesse Gonzalez. So basically, I turned my life around this whole summer.
All right.
I got a job. I'm back on SoundCloud now. Y'all can catch some mixtape this coming soon. Yeah! Jackpot.
All right. Thank you. You grabbed the wheel by purchasing good
So
music
much,
for the
man.
rest of Boston. All right, we have time for one more. Never mind, sorry.
We don't have time for one more, but we're going to ask that you grab the wheel this summer and make sure you do, all right?
All right, Josh, how are you grabbing the wheel this summer?
How am I grabbing the wheel?
Yeah.
I'm on this stage.
All right, that's true. You're hosting, so that's fair.
Are you going to grab the wheel this summer, Maya?
Well, I just took a selfie with the mayor, so I feel like that's that's grabbing the wheel right there.
You're legit.
All right, thank you to everyone who came up here. Let's give them a round for everyone who came up. Come on.
Thank you so much, guys. We love y'all's energy. We love you all. You all been a great audience so far.
All right, so now we're going to bring up the man who Mayor Walsh appointed to lead the Boston Centers for Youth and Families to share some remarks and introduce our final performance.
Commissioner Will Morales has worked tirelessly over 20 years on behalf of Boston's children and youth. Commissioner Morales joined BCYF last year, having served as the Executive Director of the YMCA Eggleston Square Youth Center. He brings to BCYF a deep commitment to community, a trajectory of leadership and compassion for all residents, from our youth to our elders.
He knows what it's like to be on the wrong side of the criminal justice system and is an example of the transformation we have when we invest in our youth, even those who need a second chance. Welcome to the stage,
Commissioner Will Morales. Come on, give it up, BCYF. Give it up, BCYF.
Come on.
Commissioner.
Come on.
Yeah, Commissioner.
Come on.
Good morning. Good morning. What are we here today for? Make money, make money. Make money, money. Make money. All right, I want to make sure I go you guys up. On behalf of Boston Center for Youth and Families, we are very proud that you guys are here today. I know it's not easy to wake up early in the morning, stand outside, and get out here and participate with us today. But today is a very big and a very important day, because today is about you. It's about building you. It's about building your work history, and most importantly, it's about building what you're going to be in the future. And most important thing about building yourself is that when you do build yourself up strong and strategically, the most important thing that happens is that nobody can demolish you as an individual or as a person. So I'm glad that those of you who have found the time to come out here today, that's really great, okay? Now, if you know anything a little bit about my story, I'm an individual that unfortunately, I grew up thinking that my world was 4 blocks. And because I thought my world was 4 blocks, what happened was I kind of pre-incarcerated myself before I was physically incarcerated. So what happened was I thought that there were no options in my life. So everything was very limited. By the time I was 12, I was in the foster care system. By the time I was 14, I had dropped out of high school. When I was 15, I was stabbed twice fatally and shot once. And by the time I was 17, I was deemed such a threat to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts that they hit me up with a 10-year mandatory sentence. And off I went to prison. When I was 20 years old, I discovered one thing. I dropped out of high school. The fact that I struggled all those years, that I was illiterate, I found myself that I had the inability to read or write. And when I was 20 years old, I was watching the news one night in my 6x9 cell, and I heard about a young man opening fire on 2 Boston police officers with a 12-gauge Mossberg shotgun. And I remember that I jumped with this ecstatic kind of view about it, because all I kept thinking about the young man that opened fire on those 2 Boston police officers had to be a hero. At 4 o'clock in the morning, 2 correctional officers woke me up, and they told me to actually follow them down to an office. When I followed them down to the office, the one thing that I discovered was that there was the receiver of the phone off the hook. One of the correctional officers says, you need to pick up that receiver and talk to your mother. And what I found on the other side of the receiver was a mother screaming and shouting, and she was crying hysterically. And then she composed herself enough to tell me one thing. She told me one thing. She said in Spanish, "Yo esperaba esto de ti." I expected this from you. Because the young man that opened fire on those 2 Boston police officers was my only baby brother. And he passed away that night. And I remember thinking about the 4 blocks. And I kept thinking about that 4-block mentality. And in that 4-block mentality, what I discovered was I was in a prison block while my brother was getting buried 6 feet under in a cement block. And I made that commitment that night that I was going to try to live a little bit of my life through him. Who's ever lost somebody because of violence? Okay? And if you lost them, you know that they're not here today with you. You know they're not occupying that chair. You know that they don't have a summer job. Okay? And so what that means is that normally when you're taking up the seat or anything, you're actually being here for them spiritually. While they're here spiritually with you. So let's make some moves this summer, guys. It's not always about only making money. It's about building yourself up. You know, if I wasn't given a second chance, if the mayor didn't believe in me, I wouldn't even be here doing this job today. But it only takes is one person to believe in you. And you're all here because somebody believed in you and kind of encouraged you to pursue this opportunity. So make sure that you do right by them. The only thing that you have to think about in life is that you can either be 1 or 2 people in life. You can either be what I chose to be, the person that wasn't there for me growing up, right? Or at least be the person that is there for you. Choose one of those 2, and you can't go wrong, all right? Before I introduce my man, Maya, who's gonna come up here from the Florida, you know, one of the things that did happen, even though I had a rough childhood growing up, one of the things that I did do when I was young was I was a breakdancer. I was a B-boy, and my name was B-Boy Deluxe, and so I enjoyed breakdancing. The crew that's coming up here is actually the Floridas. It was founded back in 1981 by a good friend of mine named Lino, and I'm not going to go into much of the history because I'm not going to steal Mayan's thunder. But the one thing is that when I danced on the floor and I expressed myself artistically, I was a different kid. Once I got off the floor and I went back to that 4-block radius, things changed. So I'm glad that today I get the opportunity to welcome my former crew. I don't think I've actually retired. I'm not an alum. I'm just an alum of the Floridas, and they're going to come up here to hopefully perform to you. But the young man, Mayan Timer, who's actually running the crew and running this thing today, is actually one of our former BCYF street workers, okay? Here's a young man that actually took this off-road, build relationships, it got him a job with BCYF as a street worker. Today, he's actually a community service officer over at District D4, District 3-4 Boston Police Department, and then hopefully, right, if we could give him a little praise and a little prayer, he might become a police officer in our office, okay? And that's about building your resume, all right? And that's the important thing about doing the job and getting it done. I'm also joined today by my peer commissioner, Commissioner Finn, from the fire department, who's here, rooting for you guys too as well, okay? And before I turn it over to mine, you know, the one thing that I want to make sure that you guys always remember, right, is either try to be the person that wasn't there for you or be the person that is there for you. I want you guys to have a successful summer. I'm going to be looking for y'all, and hopefully what's going to happen is that, you know what I mean, we're going to continue to develop our relationship because you'll have access to me, okay? So take care. Bye.